So I'll give you a bit more of a view from a sort of local authority perspective, because we often work with the local enterprise partnership on inward investments, and we have a slightly different perspective perhaps to a local enterprise partnership in terms of how we welcome businesses to our city, but also how we support businesses to grow when they choose our city. So just a little bit about Leeds and the city region, for those of you that aren't so familiar with us. So the Leeds city region is actually the biggest economy outside of London, with a population of around 3 million and a sort of 7 million within an hour's drive. So that's to the point earlier around kind of actually, if you come to a northern city, you kind of tap into kind of a vast wealth of talent all around those cities. In recent years, we've supported many businesses to successfully open offices in Leeds. So starting with Sky Digital, but then we've also supported Burberry to open a digital hub in Leeds. Reed Smith, the law firm, chose Leeds, and of course, Channel 4. And the investment decisions that have been made for many reasons. Some of them are the obvious ones that were mentioned earlier on. So location. So Leeds is slap bang in the middle of the country. I was talking to someone from Liverpool earlier. We're not going to be competing around marine development in Leeds, because we are less than 2 hours from London on the train, with a location from which you can easily reach all the other northern cities and also get up to Scotland. So often that is something that attracts people to choose Leeds. It's also about quality of life, often the reason why businesses have chosen Leeds. We're really lucky that we have a lot of green space in Leeds. We're the greenest city in Europe after Venice. And with our new city park that we're developing, perhaps we might beat Venice. I'm going to have to check that one out. But also great access to areas like the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors. And often people do take that into account when they're thinking about Leeds as a location. Similar to other northern cities, I think it's underestimated the talent pool that's available in the north of England. In the city region, in Leeds city region alone, we have 9 universities. And we have, a wealth of graduates coming out of STEM degrees, out of creative degrees every single year. And that's a great talent pool to access for those people that choose to locate in our city. We've also, I might be slightly biased, got a proactive and supportive local authority, but this was mentioned earlier on today. Actually, the roles that local authority play is really important for businesses and where they choose to locate. So in Leeds, we've got really clear strategy, we've got really clear direction about where we want to go as a city in terms of having a real focus on delivering inclusive growth, on addressing the climate emergency and being the best city for health and well-being. And when we're talking to businesses about Leeds, yes, we cover all of the items like cost of property, access to talent, but we also tell them about our objectives and how we're working to really deliver growth across the city that addresses the issue that was mentioned at the beginning by Paul around closing the gap on equality in our city. And we talk about the other aspirations we have to give people a feel of what kind of city they're going to be locating in. And that often is really important to people when they're making those choices. We also do a lot of work to support businesses when they've made the choice, and this will be the same across other northern cities. We spend a lot of time helping to help people to plug into the city, into all of the different universities and networks, but also with recruitment of staff. So it doesn't stop when a business decides to locate in our city. We work really hard to help them transition really quickly and mobilise fast. And I'm sure that's the same story across the other core cities, both in the north and the Midlands. Innovation has also been a big thing that I think has been a draw, and our focus on innovation. So we've done a lot of work around mapping and understanding our fintech ecosystem and what the potential is in Leeds. And that really assisted iWalker in their decision to locate in Leeds. We've also got long-standing kind of networks that have emerged over the last few years, like FinTech North. It was mentioned earlier about North Invest, an angel investment network that was established in Leeds, and the Leeds Digital Festival. All of these things create a really dynamic environment. And more than that, over the last 2 years, we've been participating in the Massachusetts Institute of Technology REAP program, the Regional Entrepreneurship Accelerator program. And off the back of that, we've done some detailed work around our innovation ecosystem, and we've now got a very focused plan about how we're going to accelerate innovation across the city and the wider region, which is very exciting. So all of these things kind of are what people take into account when they come and make a decision to locate in Leeds. But taking the conversation on a bit further from the previous remarks that were made, in the context of COVID-19, I think all of us are also considering, so what's that going to mean for how businesses want to operate in our cities? And we're already taking that into account as part of our recovery plans in our respective places. Certainly in Leeds, we're doing a piece of work now to understand the future of city and district centres and to engage our businesses in that process to understand what they want from office space in the future, but also to engage our cultural institutions, our retailers, to make sure that really we have a really strong picture about the future that we want to have for the city and the locations. So I hope you can see that from that sort of short introduction, just how important the kind of the locality, the leadership from the public sector side is when you're thinking about where you locate, and kind of understanding how the local authority and the local enterprise partnership in different areas can really assist you to land really well in another city and to really take advantage of the talent and all the opportunities that reside there.